I'd like to recognize the state of California. The governor has been incredibly progressive, first of all, in appointing people like Carla to the boards, because that was actually, were actually voices, but also the state has taken an incredible role in terms of AB 32 and SB 350, bringing in more renewables and having a commitment. We've done the Under 2 MOU, and the Under 2 MOU is a commitment that we are not going to go above 2 degrees, and that was actually launched before Paris, and there were signing ceremonies in Paris. It was on the subnational level. The governor, with some of his German colleagues, basically decided, look, we're going to make the coalition of the willing work on a federal level. Let's make it work on a subnational level. In states like California, the 6th largest economy in the world, has a moral obligation to show an example. So that we launched it together. The Under 2 MOU has been incredibly successful, over 140 participants, 400 trillion in assets participating, and this is a commitment that, if you read the answer in the back of the book, in the energy field, is 100% renewable energy. Because you can't get to the 2% or the 1.5% limit without going 100% renewable energy. And it's an overwhelmingly successful and supported document, but yes, it is voluntary, but it pushed Paris. And it was recognized as one of the documents and one of the initiatives that actually drove the development. So what we're doing here, collaborating, CCAs participating, and the utilities and the CCAs can work together. The ISO can work with everybody. We can do it regionally. We just have to have the vision. We have to have the long-term commitment, consistency, transparency, longevity, and fairness across the board. And what we do here is a matrix approach. Is taken and used everywhere. It can be replicated in Eastern Europe, where they don't have a good grid infrastructure and actually are developing new ones. We can show them the way. It can be leapfrogged into sub-Saharan Africa, where they have no infrastructure whatsoever, because this is the best solution. And we can quickly bring in electrification, electric transportation, education to the kids, and doctors across borders with the internet. We can do it as a package. So our role is not only local for reliability, low cost, and high value. We can do this. Our role is also global. And we should know that this is the case. And we should be proud of it. Because you know what? Not many can do it. And being able to affect change on a global scale, now that's awesome.
Mr. Byron, the last word.
Thank you. Well, as Angelina has so eloquently discussed and referenced, our energy system is changing, and the different roles of the different parts of the grid that at times are very distinct, generation, transmission, distribution, are changing, and the walls are blending. And I think what's interesting about the opportunity you have if you're interested in CCA is that you're engaging on the generation side, but you're also the closest to the customer. And it's been interesting to watch CCAs develop and as they try to manage those two different roles. I think your presence is healthy. I think it's been challenging the investor-owned utilities in terms of what they do and what is their core competency and how they engage with this customer that has for a long time only had a relationship with them. One area the Commission is going in regardless is with a more customer-oriented approach to energy management and energy delivery. We're having customers come in and say, we want to actively engage with the grid. And so we're looking for utilities, CCAs, to be a part of that interface to help us. Because as was noted earlier, we are a statewide agency where we're responsible for the utility services that are provided to over 30 million people. So we do need you to help identify what makes sense for your local area, but also to keep one eye on these larger state plans and these global plans. How's what you're doing integrating into our goals to reduce GHGs and to have a safe, reliable grid? And my final message would be the CPUC is here for support. I was just talking with Will about there's a different set of questions that come from established CCAs than from those who are just trying to consider whether you want to enter into this market. At times the PUC can seem a little opaque. It is not intentional, but it's an artifact, I think, of being over 100 years old and having rules built on top of rules. So if there's something that you don't understand, drop someone an email and people will get back to you. We've got some very dedicated public servants who are happy to have you at the table. And I look forward to seeing what you do over the next few years. So thank you.